to hit the record button on here, and I'm going to put myself here in the big view and say hello, everybody. My name is Liz, and I work here, and I'm so excited that y'all are here today for the 7-minute demos. This is one of my favorite gatherings because I love to know what's new and cool and fun out in the technology world and in the human world, because some of these are going to be a little more human than digital today. And I find that my eyelids get a little droopy by the 7-minute mark when someone tries to give me a demo of something. So I said, you know what? Let's do a 7-minute demo so that you have to fit it all in 7 minutes. It's not about the slides, it's about the tech and the experience. And then we have 3 minutes for me to pepper our victims with questions. So, all of you that are watching us, you can put stuff in the chat. Feel free to come off mute and ask your questions too. But what we'll do is get through these 4 demos, and then we'll have time at the end in case we have additional questions to go back to any of our contestants slash victims. So I'm looking at your faces and wondering who's ready. And I think I'm going to go with Aaron first because he's working on pulling stuff up very, very, very tactically. I see it.
Thanks, Liz. Thanks.
uh,
Yeah.
are you ready, Mr. Carpati?
I need like 30 seconds.
Okay, I can give you 30 seconds. All right, so Aaron and I have known each other for well over 20 years, and we have yelled at lots of people about ROI and capturing ROI and measuring ROI and trying to catch ROI either in a butterfly net or in a tool of some kind. And we are still yelling the same things. And so now Aaron has got something that's going to help us capture ROI in a much more meaningful way. And so, were we specifically talking about the meeting manager today?
Yes. Yes. Can everybody see my screen right now?
We can see your
Yes.
screen. I'm going to hit go on the timer. You have 7 minutes. I'm taking myself off screen. Ready, set, go.
Sweet. So she said no slides. So I took that one slide I had down already. And but what I'm going to show you today, it's all about driving demand across events, right? And when we look at that, what drives demand? It's capturing qualified leads, having discussions, and having meetings that drive pipeline. And so what I'm going to show today is how a sales rep can 6 to 8 weeks prior to an event start booking meetings. Marketing can send out campaigns with links to book inbound meetings, and we can maximize the amount of meetings before even getting to the event. Then when we're at the event, we can check those meetings in. We can capture leads from the same app. We can book ad hoc meetings. And if they can't meet at the event, we can book a meeting for after the event. That way we have a meeting strategy all the way through the event to help drive meetings that drive pipeline that you can report on. Okay. So really quick, I'm going to show you that in the same lead capture app, a rep can come in and say they want to book a meeting, and they can come right to the book meeting screen where they see their meetings, and they can click into any of these meetings that they want, or they can book a new meeting. And they can say, oh, well, what type of meeting is it? Is it a meet the expert? Is it a demo? Is it an executive meeting? Cool. Who's my staff that can support me in executive meetings? Let's grab Bosma. Oh, let me go add one of the customers that I have in the system or that I'm pulling in from Salesforce. And then I can add, so then I have all the people, and then I can go to the location, which is going to tell me what are the rooms that are mapped to the executive meeting type. That way, if I would have picked demo, could have showed me demo stations. But I'll pick the meeting room, and then I can come into the calendar and look at the different times, and I can pick a time that worked for the customer, confirm, continue, and then I can get a customized form that says, hey, rep, what's this meeting about? So this automatically creates the briefing doc for executives or experts, and they're prepared to go into their meeting. All of this data would go in the body of the calendar invite to the internal people. So they have that right at their fingertips, where the customers would get a calendar invite with only the who, what, when, and where. So I could easily just fill this stuff out real quick. Let's just say it's to close the deal or it's discovery. Is this a current customer or a prospect? Is this in the CRM? How much is this deal? Because a lot of the meetings that take place at events are from conversations that are already having, and we're actually having a meeting that's going to advance deals. I can fill out an agenda and schedule the meeting. So now, really easy for the reps to go into your event and pick the right people, pick the right rooms, and book meetings. Okay, now let me go to, give me 1 second here. Oops, wrong one. Wasn't ready for this piece yet. Hold on.
I'm really excited to read all your text messages, though. This is fun.
I know, right? I don't think I have that available. I'm going to show you on the screen what the inbound piece looks like. because I forgot to send it to me on my phone. But if I go into and all of this that I'm showing you can be done from the mobile app or the web app. But then this URL, whether it's a mobile view or a web view, can be embedded in any email campaigns or social posts so that you can request customers to say, hey, if you're interested, book a demo with us, book a meeting with us. Okay. And what this looks like is when they hit this page, it's going to say, hey, do you want to meet the expert meeting? Do you want a demo? Now, this isn't the sales rep booking. This is the customer or prospects booking. So they can say, oh, yeah, I'd like to get a demo with you guys. Okay, well, what products are you interested in? And go to the next page, see some dates and available times during the event, pick one of those times, go to the next steps, fill out a customized form of their PII information as well as any other questions that you want to ask them so you're prepared with what their objectives are and what they want to talk about. Review your logistics and schedule the meeting. Oh, I got to fill it out and I'd schedule it. Okay. So now you can see how sales is booking meetings, marketing is sending out campaigns to book inbound meetings. And now when I go back into the app, right, and say I'm at the show now, so we've pre-booked meetings outbound, we booked inbound meetings, and now we're at the show, I can come in very easily and look at like a badge here and I can say, hey, I want to scan your badge because you just walked up to the booth and boom, I can go off and schedule a meeting with you ad hoc. Oh, you have a meeting. Let me go ahead and check you in. When you check them in, they'll do a push notification to the rest of the internal attendees saying customer just showed up. You should head over to meeting room two. Or I could book an ad hoc meeting and go through that same book meeting process. Okay. I could also capture the lead and fill out any qualifying customized questions about the lead. And if I want to book a follow-up meeting for after the event, this is the book follow-up meeting functionality that would integrate and pull in free busy time from Outlook and Google and be able to book a meeting with the right rep or expert in 2 or 3 weeks. So all of this enables you to be able to go in and pre-book meetings, book ad hoc meetings, and book meetings for after the event. So you can really have a meeting strategy to drive meetings that drive pipeline and then be able to report on all of that stuff as well. Am I out of time or I still got time?
You have 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Sweet. And then the good news is that then all of this is available in the analytics piece. So if I go into the dashboard, we have some basic metrics, but working with Nick could be really cool because Nick can help take all of this and be able to tell you the data story as well. But you can start to say, did we hit our meeting goals? Did the reps hit their meeting goals? How many meetings did we book by each meeting type, by each product? And it just goes on and on. Um, that's not necessarily our biggest focus on that, but partnering with Nick or something like that would be really cool. Thanks, everybody.
Amazing. Okay, this is fantastic. I have questions. So, question
Yep.
number one, are you setting up these meetings as like per event? So it's for this particular trade show or this particular conference, or is it like an evergreen all meetings? How's that work?
So it could be both. So mainly it's for events right now, but it could also be so it's events, pre-event, during event, and post-event, right? But you could also have this same capture form and meeting capability on a day-to-day basis. So a lot of our customers that use us for events also use us for field things where like maybe the rep's going to an event, but there's no booth or no sponsorship. They're going to go to that event and book meetings with customers. They're going to capture badges. They're going to take, capture business cards, and all of that will come into the same idea, but on a day-to-day basis. And they can have what we call like a 365 capture form and 365 meeting link.
And so I saw you do the badge scan and then you can check them in for their meeting. What kind of integration is necessary for conference badges to be able to scan that?
Yeah, so it's twofold. One is that if we're integrated with the API kit, then we can just scan the badge. But if we're not integrated with the API kit, we can use our AI badge scanning to be able to take a picture of the badge, look at the first name, last name, company name, and go get that data and then check them in. Or look up in our system that they have a meeting and check them in. But we can also look up and bring in from a waterfall of systems to enrich all of that data as well. So any data you might not have, you can pull from other places.
Incredible. And then a direct integration to CRMs, or do you
Yeah,
export?
Salesforce mainly CRM, HubSpot also, and then the main marketing automation systems as well. Marketo, Eloqua, uh, Salesforce Marketing Cloud, and
And then
HubSpot.
the invitations that you're sending to your internal teams and to the customers, all straight to calendar integrations with all
Yeah,
those.
straight calendar invite. So it's going to come in just like any other calendar invite that you get, and anything changed in the system or updated. If someone says, "Hey, I need to change my meeting, can you move it 30 minutes?" All you got to do is drag and drop that to another time, and everybody gets updated calendar invites just like your normal calendaring system.
Beautiful. Haley, did you have a question?
Hi. And sorry if I didn't hear enough, just because I was preparing for mine, Aaron. But my question was like, maybe this is a dumb question in case you've covered it, but I have this real issue as one of these people going to these conferences and doing all that about WhatsApp. I cannot deal with the fact that these days no one wants to do LinkedIn. Hardly anyone wants to do business cards, at least in tech where I work. Everyone wants to do WhatsApp. I was in Europe the other day. It was WhatsApp, Telegram, chat, email. It was unbelievable. I cannot cope. Is there some sort of WhatsApp factor
There is
here?
in the
Or,
lead capture form. So in the lead
right.
capture form, you want to be able to talk to everybody back and forth, and people don't want those mass texts or the WhatsApp, right? So being able to put out your notes of what to be prepared for at the event, what to wear on what days, when are our dinners, all of that stuff can be in the app, and then there's a communication back and forth with all the internal people like WhatsApp right into the lead capture app.
Well, I guess I no, I maybe I said that wrong. Maybe I'm on the wrong page. I thought it was going to help me be able to track how I met them and be able to work out how to follow up because I go to an event and people want to connect in different ways. And it used to be great old fashioned just LinkedIn and business cards, and now it's all these other methods, and I can't even keep up or cope. And I have a CRM.
Yeah, so this is the platform that helps do that, whether you're scanning a badge and having a conversation and wanting to put notes in, or whether you have a booked scheduled meeting with somebody or a demo scheduled, then all of that can be scheduled, managed, and reported on throughout all those activities at the event.
So walk me through, Aaron. If so, I'm at a conference. This is Nicole's international pickup line is, do you have WhatsApp? And so it's like just like Haley. And so when they say yes, she's going to connect with them on WhatsApp. But now all you're doing is connecting the contact information, just like you would in your contact on your phone and your WhatsApp, and you can never find that again. So is there like an exchange instead of saying yes, I can connect on WhatsApp, but also let me put you here, or what's the
Yeah, and you could also like in the WhatsApp just put the inbound link for them to schedule a meeting with you as well.
Okay. So go ahead and connect on WhatsApp and say, I would love to actually follow
Yeah.
up
If you
and
want to
put that
book a demo
immediately
with
as the
us
call
or
to
you want to
action.
book a meeting with us, click this link and
Okay.
find an available time and book it.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Does
Cool.
that
Yeah.
answer your question,
Cool.
Haley?
Yes.
Cool.
Awesome. Good job, Aaron. That's your time. We'll come back to you in a few moments. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. All right. So let's see. I need to remove you. And Nick, since we just talked a little bit about measurement and he referenced you a couple times, are you ready?
Oh boy, am I ready.
All
Oh
right,
my
so I've also known Nick
goodness.
for about 20 years, and we have also been shouting about measurement. And Nick has the tool that I love to use. So bring it. Let's see the new stuff because I have not seen it in many years since I left corporate.
Oh my, have we changed and evolved? Oh my. Okay. So, by way of introduction, I'm Nick Figaro. I am the CEO founder of VivaStream. We are an event data analytics platform. We've been around for 10 years now. And what we do really, really well is we eliminate your need to ever look at another spreadsheet again. It's over. It's over. So here's what we built, right? I'm going to show a slide, even though I'm not supposed to, I'm doing it anyway.
Oh,
Is we built a platform that pulls data from any system that you're using. We do not have a scanning device. VivaStream does not have a reg system. We leverage every system that you're currently using, whether that's Cvent for reg, Eventbase for a mobile app, Captello for the scanning. It doesn't matter to us. We built a technology that pulls in data, organizes it, makes it actionable, and pushes it into dashboard reports. So when you have an event and you use all these different partners, you are no longer saying, there's your scan data, there's your survey data, here's your red data. Tell me an attendee journey. You don't have to look at this anymore. Over. VivaStream pulls that in, and now you're able to look at a view in a single dashboard. Not 7 dashboards, not 3 dashboards, one. And when you have this view, you can drill down into every aspect. This is a big event. We do plenty with little small events too, right? They could be tiny events. It doesn't matter. We're organizing the data so you can. Are you viewing my screen, by the way?
No, we're not. Bring it up. I was about to jump in.
Thank you for saying that, because I realize that you aren't, because I didn't share it. So here we go. Now you can see me.
Yes.
Right? So now you're viewing a single view of what this dashboard is. You're able to look at any demographic. I would like to see a demographic on just the titles of people that were there. I want to see the managers. What topics did they care about? Who are they? I want to be able to drill down and look at what Chase did at the event. Chase cared about these top consulting, TrueSource, automation, viewed these 17 videos, went to these 10 booths, attended 10 sessions, one view. No longer looking at this or this or this, over. Eliminating that aspect of what you have to deal with. So where this makes sense often, and you're able to drill down in any session, I want to see of the 230s, I want to see things by tracks. I want to see, oh, what kind of platforms? We had 30. Oh, what was the best practice? That was the most engaged session. What was the feedback? Simple, easy to understand views of everything. But where it gets cool, now we get to that next level stuff, is account-based marketing is really important. I want to see attendee journey. That's important. Let's say you wanted to see, I want to be able to show my sales and account team everything that Accenture did at the event. We have a report builder that builds these reports that says, hey, Accenture sales team, this is what your client did at the event. Here are the products they cared about. Here are the 46 people that were there. Here's the sessions they went to. All of this in a very easy to understand view. Now, where it gets super exciting is oh my gosh, this is amazing. So I could send a link out to every one of my account team members so they could see what their account did. This is great. But what if we wanted to put it in Salesforce? Because that's where everyone's looking. So we are a Salesforce Exchange partner and are enabled to view that very easily within Salesforce. So when anyone goes into Salesforce and they click in Accenture, now you're looking at a view of how Accenture engaged. Maybe at that one summit that we talked about, you could see the sessions that they did. You could see it based on the total revenue that they have. You could see all of the people that were there. You could see the products that they own and products that they don't own. But where our clients are taking us is this is great, but we're looking at things in silos. We need to move from just beyond event by event. I need to see things across event. And now they have a view, a report that will show them, here's what your account or your contact did across all of our events. They went to these webinars. They went to the AWS event and visited our booth. They went to our executive program. We had a nice little get together at Pebble Beach and they were there. What field marketing events did they go to? What were those third parties? And everything ties back to the revenue because we can pull that from Salesforce. So now it's game changing. Salespeople can look at this type of view, see that Accenture has or doesn't have certain products that they engaged around, and it makes recommendations on the product that the sales team and sales enablement team should be talking to Accenture about. So that's a proprietary event view. Same thing. And if there was a contact, I want to look at just on a contact level. What did Georgianne do? Here it is. Game changing. Because it's no longer looking and sifting through this. It's no longer looking and trying to figure things out in Salesforce. It's all done visually and beautifully in these type of reports. So I have about 1 more minute left. So I want to show you what we do for third-party events, because that's another big one, right? What do you do on third-party events? So a lot of our customers are saying, wow, we went to 6 last year. Do we go to 5? Do we go to 4? Do we go to 10? Which ones are generating revenue? And we have the ability to show that very easily, all in one place. All of the third-party trade shows that your client are going to, now you're able to see. So if you wanted to drill down and what happened in RSA, you're able to look at the accounts that were there, how much they spent, what the actual volume was for revenue, how much they booked, the types of CEOs or the titles. I want to look at the title of people. It's all visual. Zero effort from your part and no more of this. Lots more to show, but my time is up.
Beautiful.
Thoughts, questions, comments?
Wow, you are
Right?
right. It has come a long way. That is unfreaking believable. You answered most of the questions that I wrote down, but I do have one question, which I think is the most terrifying of all. Who sets this up? Who do I have to connect you
Yes.
with? Do you have to talk to IT? Like, what happens?
It's a beautiful thing. VivaStream does everything because look, all of our clients are super busy and they're all big companies. Some are very small companies. All of them are busy. They don't have to do a thing. If they're using a partner like Captello, we would connect with Aaron and say, what's your API? Let us pull the API data in. Or we built a normalizer that says, can you just export the data in a file? We'll take it over from there. We set up everything. You do nothing except tell us what partners you're working with, and we pull the data from there.
That's incredible. Okay, so one of the questions I had that you answered was going to be about proprietary versus third party versus field marketing events, and you showed that they are all already in here. So how does that work from like logistically? The event professional gets the leads and loads them into Salesforce as they normally would, and then this pulls it from there?
No, you don't. Nobody loads anything in anything.
I like that.
VivaStream displays everything for you.
Okay.
So when there's an event where they're providing us, they're saying, here's all of our trade show data. They're not loading in anything. We are pulling it from their trade show, whatever, scans or whatever technologies they implemented around their events. We're pulling it from all the different partners. And then we are building those reports and displaying it. They do nothing.
Wow. And are you also working with like highly regulated industries, healthcare, med tech, fintech?
You bet. Everything that we work in is, of course, we have to be compliant in all areas. SOC 2, Type 2, security, all of the necessary needs from whatever industry it is. Yes. But remember, we're not capturing data at VivaStream.
Right.
We are processing data.
Right.
So we are just the data geeks that do geeky things to make that data that looks like this instead look like this.
Amazing. And if any of our viewers would like to get client case studies that they can share with their clients or their company, you have those available?
Oh, yes, we have things. We're not the best marketers, but we do have information to share with you, of course. And it's so nice because your effort is minimal and it allows you to become more strategic.
Can you name drop me 3 companies you're allowed to talk about?
Oh, yeah. Workday, Red Hat, Informatica, AT&T. Was that enough?
That's
More?
enough. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well done, sir. Gosh, it's beautiful. Congratulations.
Oh, we're crushing it.
You
We're just
are.
because here's the thing, data is really hard and mapping it together is really hard. And it's not an event marketer's job. They're not data analysts. And to throw it over the Tableau, it takes forever for them to get it back. But to able to look at it at their fingertips and just look at, I want to see what our industry, what did financial services do at the event?
Yeah. I made 4 pivot charts today, so I know. It's like, why am I still making pivot charts?
There you go. I'd love to talk to you further, but yes.
Awesome, Nick. Thank you, sir. Spectacular. All right, hold on for us till the end. Haley, are you ready to hop on?
Yes.
All right.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Sorry, I was just packing my bag to go to my next meeting.
We'll get you fast.
Okay.
We'll get you fast. Okay. So Haley and I are newly introduced to each other, and I'm so excited for her to show us this new platform, which I think if anyone here runs retreats or is doing kind of group things like the way that we do it at Club Ichi, getting our Club Ichi clubhouse and people are grabbing rooms and things like that, I think this is really something super cool.
Yeah, so everyone, well, hello there and thank you. I just want to share with you what I'm working on. I'm just thinking out. I'm just trying to find the right one. So we are working on, oops, that was the wrong slide. Sorry about that. I'm just going to show you from our pitch deck. We're creating a community travel or a social stay platform for events and vacations. And we say Airbnb books beds and LinkedIn builds networks and Bubble does both. So what we're doing is facilitating a platform where people can book a shared stay and leave with new friends. And we're targeting events to start with. And how do we do that? Well, it starts with a thing called the listing, which is a Bubble listing. This is literally a house we ran for, or actually we didn't run it, we did sort of run it, but for LA Tech Week a few weeks ago. So here is the listing. And in a listing, we have a leader of the house, in which case sometimes the leader could be Bubbly, our Bubble AI, but otherwise it's a person. It could be me, but it also could be an external person. And I really want to flesh this out today with you guys. It also could be a brand. And we're just launching a branded Bubbles product soon. And I'd love to get feedback on that. So what this is a house. This happens to be a house, but it also could be a hotel block. And so we've built in the capability for us to find housing and hotel blocks and RFPs and all that. So it could be a hotel block. And this is a shared experience where a group of people are going to come together. They're going to come together and then they're going to be, once they've applied for their spot in the bubble, so a brand or a person could screen them. Let me just go back here for a second. There's a screening functionality. Oh, okay, it's off there, but I'm going to show you in the bubble lifecycle in a minute. They can screen them. And once the person's applied to be in the bubble, they enter this thing called the bubble. And this thing is some software that has 3 views. The middle view is the bubbler view. So these are all the people that are in the bubble. This is the fact that I'm verified. I can see Catherine's user profile. Let's use hers. I can go actually into her user profile and I can see who she is, what her LinkedIn is. I can see that she got verified. I can see what bubbles she's done and a couple of things she wants to attend. So I can learn little bit about her and I can chat with her. So that's kind of like the view of the social view. And then we have this thing called the Bubble Hub, which is where we have the bulletin board. And as soon as we launch it, we're going to have the full calendar, the shared calendar. So it's a way for people to engage inside the bubble. And then the last one is the accounting, which is the leader. It shows me how much people paid and what room they booked. But truth of the matter is, for a user, it's going to show what you booked and what your schedule looks like. And so this software and this community kind of travel experience, think of it as sort of like WhatsApp on steroids, I guess Luma on steroids as well. Just to show you, just because it's a 7-minute demo, figured I should show you kind of the life cycle. So what I just talked about was, there's a listing, there's the recruitment process. The leader or the brand can ask a questionnaire. They could use it for lead generation or for screening. And then there's communication by chat, and you get alerts. And then, like I said, there's those three tabs we talked about. So there's a fully integrated communication hub. What you're seeing here today is our MVP, and that's all done by web. But in future, we're building the mobile app right now, which will all be obviously system notifications. You get an invite. You can do instant book as well. They confirm and pay when enough invites are accepted. That's important. You can actually put your bubble in planning stage if it's not confirmed yet, and you only get everyone to pay when it's confirmed, and that's up to the organizer of it. And then they can interact and organize with each other, like I showed you before. The leader can update activities to the shared calendar. They can confirm numbers. They can even collect payments for extra things that they're adding at any time. And then for arrival, they can update the bulletin board with the key info. And then they can do which is planning right now, the smart calendar, which has 4 layers: the arrivals and rides, the activities, the rooming, and the work layer, if there is a work layer. And they can be turned on and off and filtered, and people can put them in their calendar. So, when do I have to be cooking dinner, or do I have a speaker spot at this time? That will be all on the calendar. We're using this right now to crowdsource sponsorships for activations. We're building the world's first community co-living at Sundance next year. So these are all the ways, and we're the official partner for Health Tech Week, and we're putting together like a branded community of AI health tech founders who are going to stay at the same hotel and actually get a fractional booth spot. So there's a lot of ways that we're taking this bubble community concept and turning it into a really useful thing, not just for the attendees, but for the event organizers. So he chose me over Crewfare because I was offering a community experience and a better deal and a good rev share on these things. So that's what the platform does. I wanted to share this with you. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it was doing that. Sorry. That's not good, is it? I wanted to share this with you. This is the deck, that the story that I'm getting made into a deck right now for brands. So what we're saying is that brands can actually wrap and build a brand community because the world has changed. And what we've proven is that for the price of a dinner or sponsoring a party, or even a better price, they can get real connections with a group of users or customers or prospects over days, not hours. And if they want to use it for, like, we're going to give a free spot away for lead gen, like a competition, then they can actually use our platform for lead gen. So I don't, how many minutes is that, Liz?
You are at, let's see,
just-
you have 1 minute, 50 seconds left.
Okay, I just want to take you guys through this deck because this is kind of like, so here's the thing. In learning how to monetize with events, and I'd love to get all of your feedback, a lot of events wanted to charge us, and we were like, no, this is a lot of work. We're not paying, people are paying us. So we worked out the solution is to wrap it with sponsorship. But here's the thing, when I look at sponsorships decks, what I'm seeing is a whole lot of impressions and this, that, and the other. And Bubble actually provides, interestingly, for brands, the ability to have engagement before, during, and after. These are the types of bubbles we're already ideating with people: lead generation, prospect nurturing, customer appreciation, content creation. They don't have to be at big events. They could be at small events. These are the type of activations we're envisaging. If you just have a look at those things: room drops, airport shuttles, round tables, social media content, ambassador meet and greets, etc. We've got at least one customer that's done multiple bubbles, but they like the lead generation, the engagement, all of these kind of factors. Interesting. How do we measure it? That's going to be probably an interesting thing. We have attempted to measure it with the first customer we've done. Customers like it because the users, because they get to have to pay and show up and know that there's going to be a good experience. Accommodation is valuable by group buying, and they're basically hanging out with their peers. And it's all kind of wrapped, just like going to a party. It's the same idea, but we're doing it with the stay. And as we say, we're monetizing the 30% of an event and we're utilizing it for networking that doesn't happen. And so, we have a process that we sell Bubble as a service. So we sell our software that powers it, the experience for both the users and the organizers. And I'll just show you that here, because there is a slide that talks about how it saves 66% of the time for a leader, and it provides clarity, trust, and belonging for the travelers. And we've even had retreat organizers and some events use us for ticketing as well. So I'm sort of doing LOIs and partnerships with events, but making sure that we lock them in, because setting this up is a back end. That does take a back end for us to set up all the listings. So we've got activation menus, we've got lodging options. We've got this whole value prop we're kind of putting together for brands. And we're finding, quite a bit of resonance with crypto brands to start with, and tech brands.
Okay, so questions for you. Who books the actual venue? Do you book it on your own and then go build a Bubble account to then go charge people for rooms?
No, it depends on what the brand wants. For Sundance, we're working in partnership with a site event. People have been doing it for 10 years, and we're building the world's first co-living community for that. And we're doing expressions of interest now but I'm taking charge of the housing. And we're going to do houses for Sundance because that's more community. And I'm curating it with the sponsors and with the organizers around films and around impact and wellness.
So you are not leveraging it for people to get a room like it was a ski lodge. You're instead leveraging it as this is an activation at an event, and what they're buying is not rooms, but elements of the sponsorship to fund it. Is that what I hear?
Actually, no. The sponsors don't have to pay for it. The sponsors can. There's 4 levels: 0 subsidy, partial subsidy, full subsidy, depending on the goal of the brand. I mean, we're going to the brand first and saying, what do you want to do? But as it so happened, Sundance is a pretty hot, Uber broke out at Sundance, and I want Bubble to break out at Sundance. So what I'm doing is working with these guys who are doing impact. So we're going to impact brands and wellness brands. But here's the thing, the exhibitors for this side event, they do all these, showcases and things, they need housing. So we're putting the exhibitors in housing. We're putting all the films in housing. We're putting the community. I mean, it truly is a community that's going to Sundance. Any attendee that just wants to come and pay, they don't have to be an exhibitor or whatever. We're putting them in housing as well.
Okay.
And so we're curating the housing. So the point is, no, the housing's paid for by the attendees.
Okay.
Just like a party, if you go to an event, like a conference, you buy a ticket. There's sponsors. It's the same thing with Bubble.
Okay, so if I am running a retreat, let's say it's my Barefoot Business Retreat, and I have a house, which I had at Evermore Orlando, which had 11 bedrooms, and I know what the cost per person would be to actually have that house, but I actually want to put a registration fee on top of it. Can I set, how do I set how much people are paying me?
You can charge whatever you like. I'm just going to show you the listing here. We have the flexibility in Bubble to charge for rooms, whatever you like, and then optional extras. You can also have required extras. So if you want to choose anything, you can put anything here. You can put whatever you just said, that fee, anything. You can sell anything on Bubble.
Amazing. And then, okay, so that was my other question was around, does it only charge people when you've sold it all? Because I think you mentioned that, like, if it doesn't make, it doesn't happen kind of thing.
Yeah, that's this thing here. That's a great question. So we've built in the ability for it to be the planning stage and the confirm stage. The person who controls the bubble stage is the leader. So if you know your thing's going ahead no matter what, you put it automatically into confirm stage, which is just doing this, changing a button. But if you don't know, you want to put it in planning, you let everyone know that, hey, I'm planning. We actually have one, the Art Basel one. We've got one, Women of Art Basel. She set it up as a planning bubble. This is approximately what I'm looking at. This is let me if I can find it. And hers was like I think hers was an apply one, but we have instant book as well. So you can either choose instant book with no questionnaire, and we're gonna decouple the questionnaire, or you can have planning. Now, I will say for version 2, what we are going to plan to do as an improvement, we're going to have it so that you can still pay. So it's kind of instant book, but with an approval, just like Luma, because the current process we had was there's like a show interest. And then once you've been given, so this is again, depending on whether it's in planning or confirm stage, but if it's in confirm stage, we're going to take your money straight away because we just found there was like friction there. So yeah, so I mean, basically, now I'll tell you where it's going to get really interesting, which is where the AI comes in. The AI, I'll show you, give you guys a sneak peek of the AI. We're going to match the travelers, and we're going to match them with each other. So watch this little thing if you can see it. So we're going to match the travelers first. We're going to match their booking horizon. Like, are you ready? If we found you the right people in the right house, can you book in the next 12 hours? And then we're going to book the house after that, because we are doing this manually now. We've done it for 25 events already. We know the score. We know how to do it. But our AI is going to actually make the match, and it'll give them like a timeout period where they can match, or then they're out. They've lost their opportunity. And maybe you get 3 strikes and you're out or something. If you say like, we want people that are going to be, this is a team thing, and we want people that like want to play by the rules. But of course, we're experimenting, and I think if we have like a refund policy, which we can do sometimes, but we can't really do that yet. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to add cancel for any reason insurance too.
Okay, very good. I love this. Thank you so much, Haley. And we're going to go to our next one, and then we'll open it up for people to have more questions. That was awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, Christina, are you ready for us?
I am, and I'm unmuted.
Fantastic. Now I need to, now that you have your camera on, where's my spotlight? There you are. Okay. So Christina and I have been doing some fun things together. I think we met during COVID when you were doing fun digital things, and now we continue to do fun stuff. So I love to see all the new things you're coming out with. Let's see it.
Yes, thank you for giving me the opportunity to share what we're doing. So my name is Christina. I am the owner and creative director of Big Head Cartoon, Caricature Art and Entertainment. So we are going to mix it up here. It's a little bit different. Our company provides engaging, sustainable, and interactive art and music experiences for the virtual, hybrid, and live event space. Like Liz said, we really were best known because of our pandemic pivot. During COVID, we created Big Heads and Beats, which is still our top-selling virtual program. So it brought the top digital caricature artist in North America live to your virtual experience with a live drumming DJ streaming all the hits, playing from Nashville recording studio that he has. And so we were creating a really one-of-a-kind experience for virtual. And in that time, we customized a software. So that's what I'm here to really kind of talk about, is this software integrates with Zoom. So you see the artist drawing. This is Sarah from our team. So she's drawing live from Vancouver, British Columbia. You see the caricature coming to life in real time. You see the person being drawn. So this allowed us to be the only company that could perform large-scale virtual events in one space. So we could really entertain a lot of people in one shot, and everybody would get their own downloadable caricature at the end. So you get your own individual, and then we would also create a group collage of everyone that was drawn, and we could include branding and custom messaging. So this allowed us to work with some of the top planners and companies around the world. And it was a very strange time because we were like having a really good time in a really weird time. So, but we saw the trends quickly changing. Everyone wanted to get back to live, and we didn't want to lose the team that we had built, this art and music combination that we really knew was so engaging and really solved a lot of those problems that we had always seen. Myself as a caricature artist, I'd been one for 20 years, and I'd also been in the music business. So I was a lead singer. So I was performing concerts and producing concerts. So when we went back to live, we wanted to marry that entertainment value with the brandability and the downloadable thing. And like, we knew what we wanted to do. So we created Big Heads and Beats for live. So this is what we have now. It is that software. So you simply connect a laptop to a TV. We ship silent disco headphones with each activation. So everyone's hearing that same live DJ stream, and they're watching the caricatures come to life on the big screen. So there's no more boring wait in line. This is pulling people into your space. This is giving them a real fun, active engagement. So it's actually kind of masking data collection and lead generation with fun, because the final caricatures come to their phone, they scan a QR code, they get the caricature post-event. So there's no more bulky swag. There's no more things that you're falling. You know, I would always see them on the floor when I would leave an event, would be, you know, my caricature would be on the floor. So it's a lovely feeling. So that is a pain point that we would see. A lot of people just standing in line forever. They're missing the event, they're missing the party, and it's minimal collection of data, like if any at all. So our booths do data collect. So that QR code that's available on the screen at all times does lead to either a landing page where it's just a simple, like a photo booth, or we can have them fill out a brief form, or we can integrate, and I would love to talk to everybody here that's already presented, we can integrate with another lead capture form. So that QR code can go anywhere. So it's really, like I said, it's masking lead generation and data collection with actual real fun, where people really do want to have a seat, listen to some great music, get a caricature drawn, and it's personal. So we saw such a jump in email open rates from the clients that we've worked with. Like, you're coming from like 20 to 30% open rates at a trade show or a conference. We're moving that into 70 or 80% because people want to see what it ended up looking like. So there's a lot of touch points that we can create for brands and just for that sales relationship to be built. It is a very simple setup. So we do these anywhere in North America or Europe. You just connect that laptop to a DV. We ship you the silent disco headphones with a setup packet. So that's our plug and play. It's super easy to get together. You can have multiple booths at an event. It's great for welcome areas, micro events, and we can do actually on-site with the DJ MC, powered PA speakers. We can do venue takeovers, which we're doing a lot over the next few months. But our trade show magnet package is really where we're finding the need that we're filling. So the way that we're doing this is a good question Sarah has about, do you have to wear the headphones? So we were showcased at IMEX this year in October with Hello DMC. So we did see that the headphones actually are extremely helpful in a really weird way that I didn't expect. Let me get to my camera. So you don't have to wear the headphones, but we do find that it does take away that, if let's say in a trade show experience, they have the opportunity to put them on, relax a little bit. And then if I'm there with the DJ and the MC on site, I'm helping open up that natural sales conversation to make that a little less salesy. So it's not, you don't have to wear them, but we find everybody was wearing them. It really kind of creates that community experience. And we did see that people are pretty overwhelmed at trade shows. I actually just did a live stream on LinkedIn about this, that they liked that sensory just piece for a minute. And our booths, each artist creates about 10 heads per hour. So you have people sitting there for 5 to 7 minutes to be drawn. So those that are waiting, that's a natural sales conversation. So the salespeople were putting the headphones on and everybody was just dancing and having fun and connecting. So then when they followed up, they had a relationship that was based on fun. So that's what we're seeing, is that thing that we've didn't expect to necessarily fill with this, but, and like I said, we're masking data collection basically with a fun art and music experience with creativity. And with AI being so prevalent and everyone really integrating it, this is leveraging the latest in technology, but it's keeping it very human, where it really is the top artist. You typically have to pay a lot of money to fly these people out. They're very excited. They don't have to leave their houses anymore. And we're also giving that music experience as well. But we can turn a lot of these caricatures we draw from photos as well. And we can turn anything we do from our booths into post-event swag. So not only is it downloadable, but we can put these on custom stickers, greeting cards, poster prints. So there's a lot of post-event swag options. And we're doing that for Liz, actually, for her group from her recent retreat. So we're going to draw everybody and create a big head cartoon just to celebrate that event. So
yes, because we were idiots and we didn't take a single group photo of the 25 of us. We only took really great, amazing photos individually. And so we sent all the pictures over to Christina, and she is making us a group photo caricature so that we'll have a commemorating moment. So excited. And okay, and I will say, so not about the Beats thing, but one of the fun things we did during the pandemic was the virtual team buildings where her team would join and they would be renamed like note taker. So you didn't know who they were, but the entire time during the meeting, they're in the background drawing the caricatures from the faces they're seeing on the screen. And then at the end, we revealed the team photo. So it was a really great team building experience. I love those so much.
well, thank you. And so that is what we do. We still provide virtual entertainment. We can do this hybrid. We do a lot of that with remote teams that still have people in office and vice versa. But then, like I said, this can be so scaled that we're doing venue takeovers. We're doing one next week in Philadelphia after Thanksgiving, where we're taking over the Brooklyn Bowl. And actually that was a connection thanks to Club Ichi. So thank you, Beth.
That's amazing.
But
Okay,
we have
so
our DJ.
similar to Sarah's question, so I totally get it for the trade show environment, but if it's at an opening reception or a place where you kind of want the music going, is it okay to not do the headphones and just have music
Absolutely.
playing? Okay.
We offer it in two ways. You can do the headphones. We really developed this based in Nashville where we're headquartered, and there's a band every 5 feet. So we wanted it to be that we weren't creating the same problem where they're like this, like, oh, I'm missing the band, I'm missing everything, but I really want to get this done. So the headphones are a focal movement towards the booth. So it's still an interactive experience and you're in that moment. But we love to do just PA speakers, plug into your in-house sound. We fly out and do events like that all the time where, like I said, venue takeovers, we're providing volume controlled music. We move with the audience. Like that's where the DJ and myself on the MC, we're from the music business. So that's what we've been doing are those large scale entertainment experiences up until COVID. So this is really marrying everything that we as a team feel we're really strong with. And we've been really focused this last year on the data collection and improving that ROI for our, the people that we're partnering with for these types of events. So
is there a perfect group size to bring you in digitally versus in person?
It's very, very scalable. Honestly, we've done everything from, a 30-person micro event, team building. We do a lot of that. I can show you that. Where you're just setting these up right in the office. You use external speakers and everybody gets their own caricature and we put them on a mug. I mean, and then we can do, like I said, full venue takeover, 10 booths on the dance floor. It's 100 people drawn per hour. And I'm there getting everybody dancing. So it's a dance party that you get your picture drawn at. And then you just scan it and walk away. So there's no more of that, oh, I spilled my wine on it. That happened a lot. A lot of people leave them in cabs. Shout out New York.
No, I love it. I love anything that creates an activation that is actually driving connection and conversation and things that are happening. I was actually just talking to our friend Ken Holsinger at Freeman about how I believe that there's a trend away from transactional experiential things where you just like go to a photo booth and disappear, but something that's going to keep people and actually have conversations. I love it. I love it.
That's the feedback that we really got, especially at IMEX this year. It was very clear that people want to have a little fun. They want to feel like it's their choice. Like you said, they don't want it really transactional. So that's what we focused on is really, if we're on site or not, this is it's just relaxing. And that's what we had in the virtual space during COVID that we were luckily so blessed to really spread with it because people were relaxing and they were having fun and they enjoyed the music and they enjoyed the art. So like I said, during that live stream I just did, it's just integrating that kind of creativity into your event is really, really helpful these days.
Amazing.
Awesome. And it's personal. So it's, I can totally see that people engaging in this and dwelling in the booth to get this done. And we just got to make sure Nick can pull in the drawing to the.
Well, that's what I'd love to talk to.
Put the
I want to talk
caricature
to
in
both
the
of you because that space, like we're basically, I don't know how else to put, I guess like a spotlight. Like we're like, hey, we pull you in, and then that QR code that we put on our software, I mean, that can really lead anywhere. So I'd love to talk to both Nick and Aaron after this too.
Well,
Yeah,
I've
always
be a
said
nice
that it's
activation for
marketing.
Bubble.
I've always said it's
Right.
marketing and creative experiences that drives connection and engagement. So people will have a meeting that drives pipeline, right?
Right.
And this is an engaging experience to get people connected and engaged.
Well, I will tell you, I've been to 3 events over the last 3 weeks that all had activations, games, pool tables, tarot card readings, all the things. People didn't do them. They sat on the couch and talked with each other. So something like this, where people are in one area while something is happening and they can still have conversation, is very different than going and playing beer pong with one person. So I think it's really
And that's
great.
where to have the MC on site, like myself, and where our whole team comes in,
Yeah.
we are really taking care of 4 vendors in one. So we're doing an interactive, we're giving keepsakes that are branded, but then we're also providing music that's volume controlled. So it's not like we're not blasting Cardi B when people are trying to network. We're really keeping in mind the vibe of the room. And then I'm acting as a brand ambassador as well, and I can help guide the event. So that's kind of been our sweet spot. And that could be, like I said, a micro event to a full venue takeover, because it's really a live art show, even if you don't get your picture drawn.
Yeah.
So
I love it. Well, I'll open it up. Yeah, go ahead.
But I just add that I agree. Like, I think this is really important. The idea of fun and culture, because I think what you've established with your business, which I'm doing with mine, is lowering people's guard and showing them more authentically. And you're doing it through your art. We're doing it through spending time together in a house. And I think people value that. And I think we're all preaching the converted, but I just think that's really why I like your product a lot.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that very much. That's definitely what we have seen and we found has been the feedback, because I'm on site for a lot of these. So I see people put their guard down. And our DJ's really good. He checks out he does this remotely too. Like, he'll look at their face and check out their age demographic, and he'll go, okay, she probably loved this song when she was 20.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so then it just brings you back to this place where you had a real good time. And it's like,
I would love to talk to all of you guys. My app Give helps get meetings booked at events by your marketing department offering to donate to charities that prospects get to choose. And we're all about authentic connection and showing you're human. And it's a great alternative to swag. But I'd love to talk to you all about deeper after the call.
Yeah, amazing. All right, Wendy has a question. How do you sell to clients that think it doesn't match the product they're selling? So I'm guessing if you're coming from a healthcare environment, or I like Haley's response. Tell them to stop taking themselves so seriously. Everybody likes to talk to each other. Not everybody wants a demo of your heart saver med tech thing.
We've been working a lot in that space where I'm there just getting people to feel good about it, and then they follow up later, because it's like you're literally, they're running. Like, they don't want to do this everywhere they go. So,
but Wendy, do you have a specific example of something that would be a challenge to overcome? I don't know if you can come off mute.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just thinking generally. I know so often I present creative concepts that I think I know will work because I've seen it in action. And then the client's like, oh, I don't know, it doesn't really fit our product. That they feel like it needs to be super aligned with whatever industry they're in. And I don't agree, but that's what they think. So, how do we overcome that resistance?
That's how we overcome it. You go and tell them you're going to do it with their competitors. That's what I tell everyone. I do. I literally told Google the other day, I said, look, I really want to give you guys first right of refusal. I don't really want to go to Amazon. I was a Google customer. I'm like, I really don't want to go to Amazon. I'd rather give you first right of refusal. That'll get you an intro.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, Penn's question. What output is the image available in, and can it be accessed for additional activation pairing? Like, body tracking or AR face filter activation. What does that mean, Penn?
I know what you mean. That's a cool idea.
Yeah. So, like, you could have an LED wall right there and have camera pointing at the person. And then it could be, the caricature could be tracking on their face. So you could do another additional image capture, or like a live recording where people are dancing to the music even. Or it could be mobile based. So they could scan a QR code, get their caricature that they're basically doing like a Snapchat or TikTok filter of the caricature on their face. And then you could like open the mouth and move it around and have some fun with it.
Okay, well, so here's the thing. This is a software where the actual experience goes down. So you can get aesthetically really creative with it. You can just put it right into whatever model you have built. But what you're saying, we have done a lot of live on-site printing if needed or whatever. So really what happens to it afterwards is totally up to our partners. So we draw it in real time. Our artist delivers it right away with a PNG file, transparent background. So we do is our software puts it into a template, and then that's how it's delivered. And we design that template based on the event. But we could very easily just give you those PNG files within a few minutes. So then
Perfect.
that could go into whatever crazy town USA we have going on at this point. But
Perfect.
that's a
Yeah.
really cool idea.
Awesome. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is super fun. And
Yes.
it's kind of like extension, additional. You could keep it alive for a long time.
Right.
Yeah, the PNG transparent background, that was music to my ears. So
Yes. No, that's definitely what we, like I said, we put these on mugs and posters and hats and whatever you want. So really, honestly, this is exclusive to our company. I beta tested it myself by drawing them myself for 6 months and to make sure everybody understood what the hell was going on. Now we've really gotten this all perfected. So the real exciting part are these kind of conversations where, like, how can we really integrate this with some of this incredible technology that what happens after you get your picture drawn, it's kind of endless because they're just digital files. So this is very
We
cool. I would
would-
love to talk to you more.
We would put those in the Bubble Hub in the link, and you would be able to view your Big Head cartoon there in the bubble. Does that make sense?
you go.
All in the one spot. That's what we would do with it.
Yeah. Well, I would love to talk to any of you about all of these ideas and probably incorporate them very quickly.
Y'all are all amazing. You did a spectacular job with your demos. I sincerely appreciate you being here. To our audience, thank you so much for hanging with us today. You can find all of our friends inside the Club Ichi Slack channel. I dropped in the URLs to the chat. They will also be on the Circle platform. If you go in there, you can see all those links as well. And definitely reach out to me if you can't find any of these folks, and I will connect you directly, or reach out to them in Slack or an email or in LinkedIn. And thank you all for being with us today. And we'll see you next time on 7 Minute.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Great job, Liz. Great job. Great
Bye,
job.
everybody.
Thanks, everybody.